Game time, Brian. Hey, Mark, is that the guy coming on? Hey, Mark, you can bring DFW and the Dallas-Fort Worth area, and it won't matter. You haven't done dick in 30 years. The Pet Rock and the Chia Pet were more famous than Dallas in the last 25 years. Who are you kidding? The Chia Pet is more famous than the Cowboys in the last 30 years. The Chia Pet.
Well, good morning, everybody. Good morning, everybody. Rise and grind on this thirsty Thursday. Good morning, everybody. Game time, Brian, otherwise known as the mailman. Headed out to do non-mailman things today. Which is that? I'm sit at the desk, manage employees, answer phones, customer service. You guys know how I drive to work and how I deal with in traffic. And yet I'm handling customer service? Boy, I got a couple stories, but I really can't share them on here. But my God, something that happened a couple weeks ago, it is crazy. But anyway, good morning, everybody. Sorry, I'm still not enough liquid gold in me. Nice live stream last night. Nice. I try and do them as much as I can. You know, this new schedule. I gotta fight the urge to just recline and kick back at 8:30. But I didn't get a nap yesterday, so it worked out well. We did good. The Time Brothers were holding court. I like it. But Cowboys are going out of their way. Dallas Cowboys are going out of their way to talk about Trayvon Diggs because they've been negative in the press, and I wonder why that is. We all know Trevon had the ACL, and from all accounts, he did not do a good job, was not very professional in rehabbing his ACL. He kind of waited. I mean, he did his thing. It's not like he didn't do anything. But, you know, you see what Trevon Ravel is doing. And now he had this in September. I believe, put in the comments, when did Trayvon Diggs have his? I believe it was September as well, the year prior. Maybe October, but I believe it was September. And he did not do what he needed to do aggressively enough until training camp. And you kind of have to have that inner dog inside of you to fight. And Trayvon, the team has come out and been critical of Trayvon with his first surgery. His last surgery was not the ACL per se. Put in the comments if I'm wrong or right. Let me know, but I believe it was not, they didn't repair the ACL. I believe I want to say some sort of microfracture type, but let me know. I don't believe it was another ACL. Or maybe they had to do something to the existing ACL. It wasn't another tear, so to speak. But they are a lot more positive on what he's doing. Maybe because Trayvon Diggs realizes, as does any NFL player, that when you come and have back-to-back issues with your knee or the same knee, now it's like you're not getting another big contract unless you could prove. Now unless you could prove that you're that guy again. He may never be the guy he was. He may be better. Sometimes as you get older as a corner, you get better with age because you don't have to be solely reliant upon what I love about Trayvon is his ball skills. He used to be a wide receiver. That's what I love about Trayvon. Trevon Ravel, he's always in the right spot, remarkably athletic, but what he does is get his hands on the ball, but he doesn't always make the catch. So that's the difference between Trayvon and Trayvon. But make no mistake, I saw a scout, and we've talked about it. Trevon Ravel is a lot higher rated talent coming out of the draft than a Trayvon Diggs or a Deron Bland. Savon Ravel is a higher, he's more of a higher rated talent coming out of the draft, even with the ACL. Yep, he is a higher talent. Again, ACLs will do that. He would have been the number one corner coming out of the draft if it wasn't for the ACL. So we're talking about a high talented individual in Savon Ravel. But Trayvon, all things look good, which is good. I still believe they're going to go out and get Gilmore. I do believe they're doing that. Little added veteran, because the timing, a lot of these Cowboys injuries are just, it just is what it is. We talked about it last night. A lot of guys, maybe Bland is healthy, McQuamu's healthy. From all indications, the seatbelt is healthy. Healthy. We got Kyer Elam in the offseason, big-bodied corner who needs to prove himself. So adding Gilmore would definitely help in the interim. And then you have guys like Diggs who are close, may not be ready to start the season, maybe ready, I don't know. Savon Ravel, he needs to be ready for camp if he has any shot at being ready for game one. And I believe he's on track for that, but those are just words at this point. So stay tuned for that. Really can't wait for the schedule release. Hopefully everything works out and I can actually get to the Vegas game, me and Primetime Phil. Stay tuned on that. And 2 weeks from today is when the schedule release is released. Was watching some of the, I missed it. Normally I'm on it, but when I'm at the desk, I don't really listen to as much 105.3 as I do if I'm on the street. Nick Harris, local writer, he does a lot of work, ex-DallasCowboys.com guy, and now I think he writes for the Fort Worth Star-Telegram, covers the Cowboys. Really like Nick Harris's work. He's piped in. Dallas is definitely discussing Amari Cooper, but the name, and we talked about it, I think that makes sense, for both parties at this point. Still got a house in Dallas. We've heard that before, Derrick Henry, but this is a lesser of a signing than a Derrick Henry would have been. So there's another name that has surfaced, and I want your guys' opinion on that name. Mark talked about it. DJ Moore, Chicago Bears. They went ahead. They have Roma Dunze. They drafted Luther Burden. They have some younger guys. DJ Moore is most likely available. He comes with a stiff price tag, meaning $27 million annually. I believe he's 27 years old. He makes $27 million. And this is one of those where, look at this guy. Look at him. Yeah, I'm going by your ass. Take a seat. Tough guy. Sorry. My man tried to hit. He's in the right lane trying to put the pedal to the metal. Nah, man. I get in the passing lane. I'm going to pass your ass. And now you speed up? Don't be that guy. You're not that guy, pal. You're not that guy. Anyway. Sorry. DJ Moore. Here's my deal where I'm at with the Cowboys. I used an old picture, road to 6. You got the point. All right, Atlanta Walker, you got the point. Road to 6, which means we're always hunting that 6th Super Bowl. I hear people in the chat, Logan Motorsports, shout out. I hear him say, you really think you're close to going to a Super Bowl? Cowboys fans are talking Super Bowl? We're always talking Super Bowl. That's just how it is. If you're not talking Super Bowl, then you ain't living. You never know. Especially with this division, with these schedules. Yeah, sure, the Eagles are the most talented team, but they also lost 5 veteran studs You know, we'll see how it works. Everybody's killed it in the draft for the most part, unless you're the Washington Commanders. Then I don't know, Momo. Your team is. I think your team did some suspect moves, but that's just me. We'll see. Who the hell knows? But if you stay healthy, we're winning 9-10. Yeah, we'll win 9-10. Maybe with a little help from the football gods, and some of those teams that were good last year won't be good this year, because that's how it works. There's teams that made the playoffs last year that won't make it this year. Maybe those teams have injury bug or whatever. Will that team be you watching? Will that be you? You let me know, because since people know that they can see the future. But DJ Moore, I like DJ Moore, don't get me wrong, 1,000-yard receiver. You're going to have to give up a second-round pick for a $27 million a year player at 27. You're not going to get him for a 4. You got Amari Cooper, who's free, other than you pay him $6, $8, $10 million, whatever the hell it is. I don't know. You tell me what it is. And, or DJ Moore. I don't think that's a Cowboy type of move. Sorry. Just knowing what Dallas has been doing, they're not going to go out and get a $27 million a year player. I think Chicago would definitely like to move on from that. So, not that he's not good, but new coach, I think they would like to move. But, I just don't see Dallas doing it. Dallas would do more of a deal for a Pickens where he's not making a lot of money. You'll still have to give up the second round pick. I think Pickens is probably less of a player than DJ by just a tick. Less off the field issues. DJ, for all accounts, is a great roommate. I don't know. Maybe if Matt Eberflus was the head coach, they would make more of a play, but I don't see it as a Dallas type of move. I think Amari Cooper is a more Dallas type of move. Kumbaya moment, bring him in. Again, he's not what he was. Amari Cooper was arguably 1 and 1A with CeeDee Lamb. When Amari Cooper left, he was teaching CD how to run routes. And then, let's just remember that. When Amari Cooper was traded, he was just coming off a season where he was working with CD, trying to help him run routes. Amari Cooper was a 1A at worst. It wasn't a 1 and a 2. I repeat, Amari Cooper was a number 1. All you people who don't believe Dak had good receivers at all, like 1 and 2 good receivers, that's a lie. Amari Cooper was better than CD at the start. So it was a 1 and a 1A situation. So we need to stop that. Now, this isn't the same Amari. Now he's a number 2, right? He is a number 2. He set the NFL record last year in a single game for 264 or 246 yards in one game. He could still do it, especially if he's not relied upon to be the number 1 guy. So, again, I think that makes the most sense. I'm going to stick with that, everybody. And I'll talk to you later. Like a glove.